Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a hot or not on the new Dose of Colors Hidden Treasures palette. I wanted to do a review on this palette. I actually had some extra time. I was going to film this tomorrow, but this is the same attire or look and everything that I'm wearing in my February Beauty Favorites and Misses, and I had a little bit extra time and I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and film it, that way I can get it out of the way. So yeah, if you guys want to keep seeing reviews, give me a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and let's just get started with a review. What this is Dose of Colors' very first ever eyeshadow palette, and if you don't know Dose of Colors, they are an online store. I don't believe they have a physical store. If they do, I will leave it the address down below for you guys, or that information down below. But they are known for their lipsticks or their lip products. They sell lipsticks, lip glosses, and now liquid lipsticks, and they are very popular for that reason. I have purchased some lipsticks from them before, and they work phenomenal. I love their colors, very popular colors, what they are well known for, and this is their very first ever eyeshadow palette. As I was just opening, this is the perfect review. This eyeshadow just broke and I did nothing. Like, look, it's right there. My makeup table. Now guys, I wanted to show you guys the eyeshadow that I told you at the beginning just fell apart. Like, I opened it and all that fell apart. All that eyeshadow. Look at that. Look at these chunks. Like, do you see this chunk? Like, look at that. Super disappointed. Once again, the pigmentation is awesome. Super flaky. Super disappointed. I just wanted to show you guys what it like looked like, and that I wasn't even like joking with you guys, and it got like all over my leg and ish. Palette looks like, to give you a little bit more in depth, it has one shimmery eyeshadow, it has four matte eyeshadows, and then it has 5 foiled eyeshadows. So it's a total of a 10 eyeshadow palette. So it's got a mixture of different kinds of eyeshadows. You can find this palette online only. They did sell out the first time, which is when I was able to get it, when they first did their launch. But they are restocking if they ever do become available. I will leave that link down below so you guys can get one. Before I move on to even more depth of the palette, let me go ahead and show you swatches of every single one of these eyeshadows, and then we will be back to continue with the rest of the review. As you guys saw by the swatches, the pigmentation is beautiful. They swatch beautifully, but let's get down to the facts and then to the pros and cons. So first thing I want to talk about is that you can only buy this online. Okay, so you can buy it on doseofcolors.com. It's going to retail you for, I think it's $50 or $55. I'm not sure. I will leave it here, plus tax and shipping and all that crap. So I think I paid a total of $57 for this palette, okay? And that includes taxes, shipping, and obviously the palette. You get foiled eyeshadows, a shimmery eyeshadow, and like I said, matte eyeshadows. This palette is paraben and cruelty free. I just thought I'd let you guys know that, just in case that's something that you're interested in or wanted to know. Now you know. It's a pretty expensive palette when you think about it. If you were to do the math, you get like each eyeshadow for $6 to $7. It just depends. Let's talk about the pros and cons. So the pros are that this is a beautiful palette. This is truly an everyday, overall, everyone and anyone can use type of palette, because you don't have like a super bright neon green and a super bright fuchsia, a super bright electric blue. Like, this is a palette that everyone can use and be comfortable with because they will love it, okay? And it works beautifully. The pigmentation is awesome. As you guys saw by the swatches, these swatch beautifully. The pigmentation is at a 10. Like, the pigmentation is bomb. I like the variety of the textures that you get. I like the fact that you get matte, foiled, and shimmery eyeshadow, because you don't really see that sometimes in a palette, especially not foiled eyeshadows, but I like it that it comes with all of them. You can always use all of these eyeshadows. They all go together beautifully. They all make sense together, so I like that. That's all I have to say for the pros. I have a list of cons that I need to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is that when it took them a while to get the palette to me. It took them about 2 weeks for me to get that palette, which is insane, because when I've ordered things on launch dates, and I'll get it at the latest, I think maybe 6 days, 7 days a week. It took them 2 weeks, not complaining whatsoever, but that is something to think about. I mean, they did take long in shipping. Moving on. The next thing is that whenever I got my eyeshadow palette, I literally opened it, not like this, but you know, I grabbed it and I was so excited, and I opened it and the eyeshadow diamond was popped off. It was not in like the palette, like inside, it was popped off. So instantly I was already upset, because I was like, wow, I just got the palette and this popped off. Like, I had to push it back in. And another thing is that all these eyeshadows seem to be loose, because whenever I move them to swatch them, the pans move. Like, can you see that? It's super loose. They're loose. I don't know if they didn't really stuck them in there. I don't know what is going on in there. So that's one. Two, the color coin was just crushed. Like, when I got it, it seemed like someone pressed on it and said, alright, ship it out, send it on its way, it's ready to go. Like, it does not seem like it was, like the other ones even toned. Like, for example, Crown, I have not touched, well, I have now because I swatched it, but I had not touched Crown, and it didn't look like that, you know what I mean? They still look tan, but this one just fell apart to pieces, and I will even show you an up close what I mean. So this is the eyeshadow I was telling you guys about. See how it's like it's not even flat. Look at that dent. And that's the one that fell apart that I just showed you guys. Like, do you see that when I opened it? Like, that is sad. And so whenever I use these, if I swatch them, they are very flaky. Okay, they are very powdery. I don't like that, especially because they are foiled eyeshadows. Foiled eyeshadows are pressed pigments that are supposed to prevent from falling, from like fall out, like fall off, like are supposed to prevent from getting all that fallout of eyeshadow or whatever. Super flaky. And can I just add that if you use a brush to apply these, like I use a MAC 242 to apply any foiled or eyeshadow whatsoever on the lid, just literally, it's not even depositing it onto the eye. Literally not even depositing it onto the eye. So upset. Wasn't happy at all. Tried my finger and it was just pulling the one that was right under it off, like peeling it off. Then I tried damping it with some Fix Plus, and that didn't work either. So one, I'm just like, how in the world am I supposed to use this? Use the shade Diamond, and I had to literally go back in there maybe 10 times just so I could get a solid filled in lid, which is sad for a foiled eyeshadow. For a $60 palette, that's sad. I feel like that's really sad. So I'm not so happy with it. Say the only good thing, once again, that I can say is that the pigmentation is awesome, but they are super flaky. And I'll show you what I mean by how flaky these are. So I'm just swatching it, and like, look at how, like, look at all that fallout. Look at how flaky that is. Look at how flaky that is. Like, do you see all those pieces? Watch. Do you see all those pieces there that come off? And then look, all those big chunks on there. Like, that's not supposed to be on there. Hot or not, it is definitely not a hot product for me. I don't know if I just got a defective one, but I am very annoyed, and I'm sure you guys can tell. I am very annoyed and very disappointed because, once again, it's a $60 palette, and I hate having to deal with returning, especially when it's online returns. But there's no point in me keeping this. The only eyeshadows I like are the 4 matte eyeshadows. But other than that, the foiled eyeshadows just get me frustrated because they just don't work out. they really just don't work. Going to be returning this palette even if they're going to charge me shipping because I have no use for this palette. I don't like it. Because I don't think I've had a not product on a review I've done, but this is not a hot product. I don't think you need this in your life, to be honest. Save yourself the $60. Go and buy a Morphe palette that has 35 eyeshadows for $20. I could buy 2 of these palettes. Actually, I could buy 3. I could buy 3 of these palettes, have triple the amount of eyeshadows. That's only 10. I'm getting 35 here. Work phenomenal. These eyeshadows here, I get no whatsoever. See? It's not flaky and it's not powdery, and you can see they are beautifully pigmented. So my review for you guys, I hope it helped some of you guys out. I hope it didn't sound like a rant. It was just really giving you guys the 411 about this product. So I hope you guys enjoyed this product review, and let me know what you want me to review next. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that box up there, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.